Hey y'all, what's going on? It's me, Alicia Lee, and I want to share with y'all what I've been up to since my last video that was last recorded February 19th, where I shared with y'all that I was fired from my corporate job. And a lot has happened in between that time. Here we are. It is Friday, August 29th. Yeah, a lot has happened in between that time, and I want to share with y'all what I've been up to, what I've been doing, what I've been working towards, and what's been going on with me. So hopefully we get to catch up during these next couple of videos. Y'all let me know what you think and whatnot. But keep in mind, I'm also trying something completely different where none of my videos will be edited. Ooh, I'm trying this whole new consistency thing. I have been slacking hard. So y'all be nice, okay? Keep in mind, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. Don't forget that, okay? So this entire series will be unedited. And it's gonna be raw. That's what we're all about here, is rawness, realness, giving it to you straight, and whatever needs to be corrected, whatever new information needs to be added, just find it in a description or in the comments. Let's chat it up. Let's talk about it, because things change, perspectives change. So that's what I'm all about. Is growth, evolution, change, what have you. So yeah. My career diaries will be completely unedited, and I'm nervous because I'm low-key a little perfectionist when it comes down to editing my videos, and I actually enjoy editing, but I just need to put my stuff out there and be consistent with it. And I hope this motivates you to do the same if you're sitting on tons of videos that you have recorded that you had hopes to put out there on your YouTube channel to grow your channel. Just do it, dog. Just do it. Guys, just do it. Stop sitting on it. Just do it. So that's what I'm here to tell y'all, to give y'all a nice little disclaimer. I decided I was going to type this up, but I was like, no, I'm just going to give it to you straight from me, okay? So I hope you guys enjoy my career diaries. And once I'm done posting everything, I kind of just want to just reflect on it all and meet y'all back here at the same place and talk about it. So let's get into it, guys. All right. Hello. Good morning. Sorry, I'm sitting sideways. My situation here that I have set up in my car is not ideal. Oh, girl. All right. Maybe that's a little better. I don't know. We'll go with it. Okay, y'all. So you may or may not be here because of my work from home vlog series that I was doing previously, leading up to the big moment of me getting fired from my corporate job. So I know I have been pretty quiet as of late and not really posting much, no updates and all that. Just been a bit inconsistent, right? And that is not what I set out for myself when I started doing this and becoming more present online, and at least on YouTube, because I'm not present on other spaces because time consuming. But I am starting a new journey, guys, and I want to bring y'all along with me. So I had a coming to Jesus moment, and at the time, which was like February, when everything happened with me getting fired from my work from home job, where I was an auto claims adjuster, making pretty good, decent money, enough to live a comfortable life and do the things that I wanted to do. All of that changed in a matter of a meeting, okay? Yeah, from February up until we are in June. No, we are in July. I'm sorry, it's July 12th now. I was unemployed. It was an eye-opening experience. Something I felt like I needed to go through. It was a very pivotal moment for me because I needed it. It was an eye-opener. Sorry, I'm about to go over the railroad tracks because it's gonna be a little bumpy ride, but I'm gonna hold y'all steady. So, I wasn't eligible for unemployment. I did file an appeal and screwed myself over by answering one question wrong. I wasn't hard on myself about it. I was upset, of course, because that was $5,000 that I needed. You know what I'm saying? I have a 2-year-old. I have responsibilities. I have a life. So, long story short, I had to sit down with myself and ask myself, okay, what is it that I want to pursue? Something that I've always wanted to pursue, but just decided to continue to shrink myself because I was afraid to pursue it. So when I graduated from high school, I wanted to go into dentistry. I wanted to be a dental hygienist. I talked myself out of it because of the schooling, the testing, et cetera, et cetera. So, I'm sorry. Let me get this together. So, long story short, I'm back, okay? I decided to get out of my own way, really trust God in this season of my life, and I released all control, let go of all control, and I literally just surrendered and told God, I was like, all right, I literally cannot figure this out on my own. I'm tired of figuring this out on my own. Every time I try to put a plan together, every time I attempt to put a plan together, every time I think about putting a plan together, it falls through the cracks. And God, I'm tired. So I am starting my journey on becoming a registered dental assistant. Why not hygienist? Because me being me and knowing me, I said I for sure want to be in dentistry. Why dentistry, one would ask? Because for one, I don't play about oral hygiene. I love to see people flourish with a confident smile. I love to see people with a confident smile. And if I can play a part in someone achieving their smile goal, their oral health goal, it's so satisfying. It's a win for me. It's rewarding. I love to put myself in positions to where I am walking away feeling a satisfaction of reward, knowing that I helped someone achieve a dream of theirs, a goal of theirs, and that is ultimately the driver for me going into this. Not only that, but girl, the flexibility. Okay, I'm here for the flexibility of the dentistry field. Okay, I am not committed to a 9-to-5 Monday through Friday, which, praise Jesus, a whole situation with that. Yeah, I just like it because of the flexibility. Honestly, it's something that you don't have a schedule that is just causes restraints on what you already got going on outside of working. So I was like, okay, that is my starting point. That's where I'm going to start. And so I was like, okay, in order to pursue this, I need schooling. So I'm a researcher. Okay, I love a good research, was the school that I was attending for my associates in business admin. They offered dental assisting, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm just going to change my major for the third time and complete the diploma program with that. And they work on, it's like a semester thing. So they are completely full for the fall semester. And I decided I wanted to do this back in May. So if they, hold on y'all lean in. So if they are semester based and come fall semester they're completely full, that means I have to wait until next fall to get into the program. No ma'am, I got things to do. So I was like, okay, let me look into other avenues. Found a 13-week program, went to do a tour, open house, got a bunch of information, and decided to not go with that school. Here's why. I did a work-in interview at this dental office and was speaking with one of the assistants, and we had a great conversation. She told me about the schooling that she went to that was only 10 weeks. I said, okay, cool. And it's Saturday. Even better, because the other program was, I was going to have to commit to every Monday. That means it's going to be hard for me to find a job that will allow me to be off on Mondays. You get what I'm saying? So I found a Saturday school, worked out perfectly. Found out that they actually take this government funded grant that I'm applying for to get the program paid for in full by the government. So girl, that was a process. It wasn't a hard process because I'm pretty persistent to the things that I set my heart out to, that I know I need to, that I know is tangible. So I did everything I needed to do for this particular grant, was awarded the funding for the program to be paid for in full, and did everything right before July 1st. And July 1st is the beginning of the fiscal year, and that's when they, my advisor would know how much they would be awarded for funding, this, that, and the third. So I got approved right before she could even get an email saying how much she could dish out. So I was like, bet, this is even better. So I went through the process of getting into the school with the 10-week program that's every Saturday. That's actually where I'm headed to now. Today's first day of class. Mind you, y'all, they started class on June 28th, and I was so persistent about starting ASAP, because if I waited until the next classes that start in September, then I would have to go through the grant process all over again, and who's to say that I would even be eligible for it. So I said, no, if I'm eligible now, I got approved now, I'm starting now. So the director of the school, she was like, okay, cool, you got your grant, you got approved, let's get you started this coming Saturday. I said, bet. Last week they were on a break because of the 4th of July weekend, so she was like, first day of classes for you will be July 12th. Bet. You don't have to tell me too much. She was like, they haven't started on much of anything because it's just the first couple of weeks, so you're coming in at a good time. So yeah, y'all, I'm heading to class on a Saturday morning. On top of that, from like the beginning of May all through June, I have been keeping my head down and focused on finding me a dental position. My biggest thing was I want to get my foot in the door, learn the system, learn the practice, learn the things that I need to learn while going through schooling to really like tie it all together, and come time for me to be done with schooling, I will already have a secure position, not having to worry about finding a job once I'm done with schooling. So y'all, from May all the way through June, I was applying like crazy. I was calling every dentist office from all kinds of zip codes surrounding me. I was going out far, calling everybody, sending mass emails. I sent at least, my goal was to send at least 12 to 15 emails to different practices every single day. Every morning at like between 6 and 7, I would send my first half, and in the afternoon as I'm driving around doing doggone DoorDash, girl, I'm looking at different practices that are surrounding me, like in the areas that I'm in, that I can say, okay, I can see myself working over here. I would Google them. First, I'm looking at if they have an option to look at to read about the doctor, to read about the team. I'm looking at both of those first. I'm looking at your reviews first, and then I'm looking at your hours. And if I, like what I see, I'm going to find your email address. I'm not going to necessarily call you, because people get tired of those phone calls throughout the day, tying up their phone lines. So I'm going to do what I got to do because I want this position. I'm going to find your email. Okay, and it's a little tidbit for y'all. If you are going through this process and wanting to get your foot through the door, but just not knowing where to start or how to even obtain the practice's email address, normally they have a Facebook page and their email address is right there in the About section. You're welcome. So I would do that and just send it through. Some people I heard back from, some people I didn't. I had literally 3 interviews out of all those emails I sent. Granted, not everybody was hiring. Very understandable. The job market is, upside down. Most people want to keep their jobs. And with small practices, they don't really need a lot of people. So I had a total of 3 working interviews, y'all. 3 interviews alone. My third one, I got it. I got it. My first interview was with this corporate dentistry. I, again, research would hear like, oh, don't go into corporate, this, that, and the third. And I could see, and I wanted to see for myself, and I saw why. And I was like, okay, corporate is not for me, because I've been there, done that. And I'm not trying to meet nobody metrics. I'm not trying to be walking around with a headset in my ear all day long. Scratch that off the list. The second one I had an interview with, it was this new doctor. He had just bought this practice out. He has several other practices. Mind you, y'all, we the same age. So that was like, okay, I'm already a little weary because how your office is ran. He's literally the one answering the phones, scheduling. Granted, you have like a full connection with the doctor because you're talking to him on the phone. He's scheduling your appointment. He knows what you need, and you coming in, he taking care of the issue. That's cool and all, but the doctor's only one person. So that means that's a lot of pressure for the person who works up front, and that's the positions that I was going for, was front office, because I have plenty of experience as a receptionist in various positions. So I was like, that's just easier for me to just start off with, to get my foot in the door and work my way to the back. So did that, didn't care for it, but y'all. And these other 2 were general dentistry. So I, one morning, checked my email and saw a notification from Indeed and immediately applied. I looked at this particular practice, checked them out, felt confident in this. You feel me? Yo. Tell me why I got a job at an orthodontist. I am just so grateful. Like, when I walked through that door, I was like, okay, yes, this is me all day long. This practice is beautiful. It is so bright. It's spick and span. It's clean. It's in the city. I love it. Just completed my first week last week and loved it. Like, they are impressed by how fast I was able to catch on to their system. Like, I literally was up front by myself all day on Friday. On my first week. Come on now. So one of the assistants, I got in good with her. Mind you, we got the same name, same spelling. Like, we have so much in common that it was just like, okay, she see me, I see her. You know what I'm saying? And I've asked all the necessary questions, like what was the previous people like, what, tell me about y'all culture. I need to know. And it's literally everything. When I tell you everything that I prayed about and prayed for, it literally checks the box off of everything I prayed for, y'all. I kid y'all not. I literally am so grateful. And every morning this, I'm like, okay, I did some research about orthodontics, and I'm like, okay, this type of specialty is where I see myself. It's streamlined. It's, you know, you coming in with a broken smile, and you 12 to 16 months later, your smile is gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? It's Invisalign, it's braces, it's, you need a tooth pull, we referring you out. And I love that. I don't have to deal with no teeth pulling, no cleanings, none of that. Granted, this is all the stuff that I'm learning at the class on Saturday, and we're barely scratching the surface about orthodontics, but honestly, I'm here to get my my certification, really. So it looks good on paper, on my behalf, and it's paid for. So I'm not even about to sit here and ruffle my feathers about this. If it's paid for in full, what we doing? Let's go to class, girl. So yeah, you know, speaking with other assistants, they were like, yeah, I came from general and I knew nothing about orthodontics. Working with under this doctor, he has taught me so much that I'm confident now in my position. I'm confident now in what I'm doing, and I'll never go back to general. I said, okay, boom, that's all I need to hear, because that makes complete sense to me, because that's what I'm thinking anyway. So yeah, y'all, that's where I'm at with things. I'm really excited, and like I said, I want to bring y'all along with me throughout my 10-week process. I want to give y'all updates. You know, I want to share with y'all, because I got a feeling like somebody out there is longing to do the same thing. They want to do the same thing. They just don't know where to start. They don't know where to begin. They are discouraging themselves because of what it takes to even get into this field. I got you, okay? It's a lot easier than what you're telling yourself. And I'm glad I waited until I was well into my 30s to make this decision whether or not I wanted to go into dentistry, because trying to go into dentistry fresh out of high school, and you know, you got your 20s to live, you know, you're not ready to take life that serious. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, you have life to live, you have life to experience, you have ebbs and flows to go through, and you're not ready to settle down in no career in your 20s. It sounds good, and kudos to those that, girl, 285 is just, whew. Kudos to those that you know, can do that. You know, you come from a solid foundation where you had a chance to experience life in your younger years, and you know what it's like to live in a fast lane, and you ready to, you know, hit the ground running. Kudos to you. Okay, not everybody comes from that, and I'm speaking for the ones and to the ones who have not come from that, who are in their 30s trying to figure out what they want to do career-wise, got kids, and you know, consume themselves of being a parent, being a wife, being a spouse, being all the things except for what they were called to be and what they desire to be, instead of called to be, what they desire to be personally. Because at the end of the day, whether you're a mom, a wife, what have you, you still have dreams and goals that you desire to achieve and accomplish. And do not, I plead, do not put those things on the back burner for the sake of your family, because you will regret it in the end. I speak to older women who say it all the time. So if you are at that point in your life where you're like, all right, I got my kids in a good place, or you know, I'm expecting a child or two on the way, and I just want to set myself up to be in a better position in life as a parent, as a woman, or even as a man. I want to share my experience with y'all, share my RDA journey with y'all, and at the end of this, I will know whether or not I want to go to school for hygiene, because there are dental assistants who have done this for 20 plus years and they saw no point of going to school for dental hygiene, because you practically So yeah, y'all, I am now on 285, and if you know, you know. Okay, girl, I am trying to get to my destination safely. Running in and out of these lanes and these doggone dips and hips and splits in the road, ain't it? So let me focus on getting to my destination safely, and I'll chit chat with y'all maybe come our lunch break or at the end of the day. Class is from 8:30 to 5. The first 4 hours is lecture. We take an hour lunch, and then we come back, and then we do hands-on things. So I look forward to my first day of school on a Saturday. Y'all, this is crazy. All right, I will chit chat with y'all later. Bye. I can't even tell y'all how long it took me to even get this phone set up to record this video. But anyway, y'all, I survived my first day of class. As you can tell, I have a change of outfit. These are my uniform scrubs. Yeah, first day of class was great. Not gonna lie, the first 4 hours of lecture, I was struggling. You hear me? I was not able to stop and get me an iced matcha latte like how I wanted to. So I just had to like really power through it. I was yawning a lot. Then it got really cold in there and I was practically falling asleep. So when that hour break came, girl, gladly went over to Publix, got me a sandwich, got me some chips, and got me a good old energy drink, and I was ready for my clinic. So the last 4 hours of the day, we did clinic. I practiced, being that this was my first week and this was everyone else's second week, I had more of like a slow introduction to things. I had to, get comfortable with equipment in the room, being on the doctor's side, being on the assistant side, all those things, for like familiarizing myself with different tools and stuff. So then I got a chance to practice with the suction, the water. I technically had a live patient, which was one of my classmates. Really cool girl. I did suction her cheek a couple times and she was like, girl, it's literally fine. I feel nothing. My mouth is already jacked up, so you're not going to do any harm. I'm like, okay, cool. I was super nervous about that because I did that twice. Did that, practiced setting up a rubber dam, which intense, but I was able to do one within 7 minutes. That's putting it on a tooth, that's everything, that setting up the frame, taking it off, all within 7 minutes. So, and I did that on like my third try, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, it was really nice. I really enjoyed class today. Spending my entire Saturday learning all things dental assisting. It was really fun. I look forward to next week. Got some reading to do. Got to catch up on the first 3 chapters. Got some homework to do that's due by next week. So I'm pretty excited. I'm excited for this journey. Surprisingly, it's only 5 of us in the class. I made the 5th person. So it's a pretty small class. So that means like you get it's a lot of time to learn. You get a lot of hands-on, which is really good, and it's something that I really want. I didn't want like a large, overwhelming class size. And surprisingly, I'm the only one who is working inside of a dental office. So I was able to give the girls some tips and, you know, some hacks, some tricks and stuff on how to just get your foot in the door. So that was nice. I love, you know, providing resources when the resources are needed, because I am filled with resources, tips, and tricks. Okay. So yeah, that was the first day of class. That was week 2. I now have 8 more weeks to go. So yeah, I look forward to this. Next week we are learning x-rays, y'all, and I'm excited about those because that is something I was low-key introduced to on my job Thursday. Yeah, one of the assistants, she pulled me to the side and was like, yeah, so if it ever gets crazy up there, I want to show you how to take some panos so you can be able to help us. I was like, okay, you want me to take x-rays? So having some kind of exposure to it and knowing what I'm doing, and really it's a confidence thing, like being confident in what you're doing and what you're talking about helps. Okay, it helps with the process. So I look forward to next week. I just have to make sure I keep myself abreast to the information that I missed on the first week and read up on what I learned this week, and definitely read next week's chapter so I can tie it all together and make it make sense, because half of the stuff that we learned in the lecture, I was practically asking the same questions in clinic, because I'm more of a hands-on learner versus we sitting there talking for 4 hours about what's going on in the chapter and like looking at videos here and there. Girl, I'm falling asleep. But I now know what to expect in weeks moving forward. That way I'm more prepared to make sure that I got some food in my system, some energy in my system, and I have a jacket so I can make sure that I'm up, awake, and paying attention. So yeah, y'all, that was my first day of dental assisting school. 8 more to go. I look forward to this. This is a pretty exciting journey, pretty exciting experience. If you guys have any questions, want to learn more about becoming a dental assistant, and yeah, just need help with deciding if this is for you, or just have questions in general, just want to bounce ideas off of me, hit me up, let me know. I'm always open to share my wealth of knowledge, because I research a lot and I read Reddit forums. I'm pretty active on Reddit because that is like a sense of community to me, based on the things that spark my curiosity, or just things that I just think about. I honestly just go straight to Reddit because I want to know what the people got to say. And I also do some digging and research myself just to have a better understanding as to what it is that I'm curious about, this and third. But yeah, I don't want to ramble too much because this video is already pretty long. So if you have any questions, hit me up. I'm always here to answer any kind of questions that you may have. And yeah, till next time, love you guys. Bye.
I'm gonna test this out right quick on your app. Now keep in mind that I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit.